Thank you. Good morning.
Good
I'm
morning.
trying to log on from my computer, and I thought that would be easier, but it doesn't appear to be working. Good morning. I can't even see who all is here. I think everybody's here.
Yeah, so we've got Brenda, Tamar, Barb, Ed, Alan, and Morris.
Wonderful. All right. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So I'm just going to be working off my phone then because the computer just isn't cooperating. So we decided to go virtual, and it wasn't really my decision. The synagogue decided to go virtual for now due to kind of spiking COVID numbers. So I hope everybody's comfortable with that. And, you know, as soon as I hear differently, we'll try to meet in person again. So, all right. So, you know, I don't know if everybody did some of the review. I don't expect you to have done that, but if you
know us too well, Courtney.
Yes, well, I did the review myself, and therefore human nature. So what I was thinking we could do is maybe start with some of the review exercises in chapter 3, see how we're doing there before we move forward to chapter 4. So we're backtracking just a bit, but I think it'll, you know, kind of solidify us for moving forward. How does everybody feel about that?
Fine, whatever you want to cover, I'm game.
All right. So I thought we could begin on page 21. Does everybody have a book?
Yes.
Yes. I see everybody nodding.
Okay. Yeah. If anyone doesn't have one, I'll you know, share the link again. So, all right, on page 21, and I may mess up the orders just because sometimes your faces shift as to who's where. So, but maybe we'll start with Tamar. Number 1, translate these sentences into English. And this was, just to review again, we were talking about, and let me know, by the way, if I have too much background noise. I will move to another place in the house. I have 3 dogs, and that creates a lot of background noise. So, okay. So saying this, ze, masculine singular, zot, I can already tell they're going to be a distraction. All right. I'll move into the basement. Zot. My husband's laughing at me. Okay.
Who let the dogs out, right?
Who let the dogs out? Who let them in? Is more
And you meet in the basement in the temple anyway, so.
That's true.
I'm in my basement.
I'm in my basement.
Are you? Okay, good. I
Yeah.
feel kinship. And, you know, to be fair, our basement is finished. So, you know, I'm from Arizona. No one has basements. So it's off. It's, you know, okay.
So is that Hi or Carol Solomon that's joining us? And you can unmute yourself and put on your video. I don't know that they're in this class, but somebody's joining.
Somebody's joining. Good morning.
You're unmuted. Well, good morning.
Hi, Carol. This is
Hi. I am here. I don't want to be on video.
okay.
I'm having trouble with my Zoom too, frankly. I can only see the person talking. I can't see participants, and it drives me crazy, and I don't know why I can't.
Okay, so the way to adjust that is in the right up-hand corner. If you move your mouse, it says view. Go to the very right-hand up corner, right up corner. You'll see the word view. And if you click on it, you have a choice of speaker or gallery. And if you do gallery, then you see everyone. Okay. And
See,
Carol,
I'm not getting that. I'm sorry, Barb, but I used to be
okay.
able to do it. It's not giving me that choice on my.
Okay, and Carol, do you have the book that we're working with?
No, this is just a little trial for me, so please
Okay.
excuse me.
Okay, Well, I'll
Is
hand
that-
it back to
Is
Courtney.
everyone okay with that? That's the way it's gonna be.
I'm 100% okay with that. And Carol, we can talk after class. I can maybe take pictures of the pages we're using and forward them to you so that, you know, you can work. Yeah. So that you can read
Sounds like-
along.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I was just going to review was that in Hebrew, there are two words for this in the singular. Zeh, Zion Hey, refers to the masculine nouns, people or things, like Zeh Melech, this is a king. Zeh Sefer, this is a book. And Zot refers to feminine singular nouns, people or things. Again, Zot Ima, this is a mother. Zot Aretz, this is land. You could also, in biblical Hebrew, sometimes they use Zo, just Zion Aleph. The plural for these is covers both masculine and feminine nouns. Ele, so ele artzot, these are lands. Ele melachim, these are kings. So that's just a brief review of that. We talked about how we make nouns plural, and there are general rules, and then there are very specific discrete exceptions. Generally, when you make a noun, and again, in Hebrew, nouns are genderized. So they are either masculine or feminine. Masculine nouns are usually made plural by adding the ending im. So the male singular term melech for king becomes melachim. Davar, thing or word, becomes devarim. Feminine nouns are usually made plural by adding the ending ot, which is vav taf. So eretz, land, aratzot. Shabbat, shabbatot. Some of the exceptions to the basic rules, and we see these terms in biblical Hebrew, are av being father, the more formal of Abba, becomes avot, fathers. Av takes the feminine plural ending ot, vav taf, even though it is a masculine noun. So, however, it will remain a masculine word, even though it conjugates as with a feminine ending. And feminine nouns are always feminine, no matter what plural ending they have. Interestingly, so the word avot, fathers, is still masculine, even though it has the ending vav taf. So interesting, the word isha, woman, becomes nashim, women. So nashim, women, has the masculine yud mem sofit, or final mem ending. I think the other thing we learned in chapter 3 before we begin our review is the English word and. In Hebrew, it is the letter vav. It's not a separate word in Hebrew. Instead, the letter vav is attached to the beginning of a word. Av, a father. Av, and a father. Melech, melech, and the king. The vav usually is pronounced like an English V, but sometimes it is pronounced oo. There are very esoteric grammatical rules. I did actually did some research so that I could explain it to the class, but actually they are so esoteric that it's like, don't even bother to learn it, just memorize it. In front of a mem, the vav becomes oo. Av umelech, father and a king. Davar and uvracha. So in front of a bet becomes the soft sound of v, vet. Uvracha. We also, at this point, have learned basic pronouns. Ani, I. At, feminine you. Ata, masculine singular you. hu for he, the Hebrew he for she, anachnu or anu for we, him, they, masculine plural, hen, they, feminine plural. All right, so now I think those are some of the basics. Number 4 on page 21, we are talking about plural nouns in chapter 3. This is also a vocabulary review and a review of the this and these rules and kind of conjugating that to the noun that is being becoming demonstrative. So, all right, number 1, and again, I'm sorry, I'm working off my phone. Next to me is Barbara. So we're going to start with you, number 1. And if you could please read and then translate.
Okay, here goes. Ele ha'aratzot v'zeh ha'am. And that's these are the lands. These are the lands. And this is the mother.
Very close. And this is the people
Oh,
or
the
the
people.
nation.
I
Yes.
always mix those up.
Yes. Well,
Am versus aim, right?
yes, this is ayin for am, and m would be with aleph for mother. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, very good. Number 2, Alan.
Abraham va'ani avot. Abraham and I are fathers.
Yes. Number 3, Morris.
Ein ha'imahot, v'hein, v'hem hamalchim. They are the mothers and they are the kings.
Yes. The hem ha malachim. When words, sometimes the vowels change when you make a singular word plural. So melech becomes malachim. So there's like a glottal stop on the mem on the first letter and it becomes malachim. Exactly. Also, we talked about how vav, the letter, is the Hebrew word for and. Hey, the letter hey is the Hebrew word for the. And just like the word for and, the hey attaches to the word. And it isn't a separate word like in English, the kings, it's hamlachim, the kings. So the hey will be attached to ha-imachot, the mothers, ha-artzot, the lands. Okay, number 4, mispar arba, 4. And I think we go to, let's see here, maybe Brenda.
Em v'mi at. So she is a mother, and who are you?
Who are you? Yes, and it's the vav when the dot, the nikud, or the dot is in the middle. It sounds like ooh. So he em mi at. So even though it is the same word v and, when it is in front of the letter mem, it becomes the soft oo, umi at. And Barbara, just in asking you, at is you, and is it masculine? Are you asking a male or a female?
Female.
Female, exactly. Umi at. Okay, Tamar, mispar chamesh, 5.
Ata ha'av v'hamelech, you are the father and the king.
Yes. Mispar shesh, Ed.
Zot HaTorah ve'ela hadvarim.
Yes.
This is the Torah, the law, and these are the words.
Yes. Mispal Sheva. Carol, would you like to read Mispal Sheva? If you don't want to read or aren't comfortable yet, please let me know, no problem.
I don't think she has the book.
She doesn't have the book.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes, of course. Sorry about that. All right. Did we get everybody? Barb, is it back to you?
Yep.
Okay. Mispal Sheva.
Okay. Ani ha'im v'hi Leah. Ani, so that's I am the mother. This time it's mother as opposed to the lands. I am the mother, and she is Leah.
Yes. Yes. And ani and anachnu don't change regardless of gender. So ani is the same for I, masculine or feminine.
Okay.
Okay. Mispal Shmone. Alan?
Ha'imahot Sarah v'Leah v'ha'avot Moshe v'Avraham. The matriarchs Sarah and Leah, and the patriarchs Moses and Avraham or Abraham.
Yes. So in a sentence like this, and we talked about this with, I think, the Shema prayer as well, it could be saying the mothers or the matriarchs, Sarah and Leah, or it could be saying the mothers are Sarah and Leah, because in present tense Hebrew, there is no linking verb. It's assumed. So you kind of put are in there. Ha'imahot are Sarah v'Leah. V'havot are Moses v'Avraham. Or it could be the fathers, Moses and Abraham. Okay. So yes, either translation would be correct. It would be depending on context as to how you would translate. Okay. Mispal Tesha. Morris.
Zot haaretz va'ele ha'amim.
Yes.
This land and these people.
So this sentence is saying this is the land, because you have the hey in front of aretz, it becomes the land, zot. This is, again, assumed because linking verbs don't exist in the present tense in Hebrew. Zot haaretz, this is the land. The ele, these, the assumed or implied word are, ha'amim, the people, and these are the people. If it just said the ele amim, these are people. The ele ha'amim,
Got it.
these are the people or the nations. Mispal
Okay,
esel.
thank you.
Let's see here. Somebody's connecting the audio. Is that correct? Should we go
Yeah,
to
somebody's
Tamal?
connecting from the shul.
Oh, okay. Brenda, is it your turn? Or did I skip somebody?
No, I think we're going okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Brenda, I think it's your turn.
Okay, Israel ha'am v'ha'am achad. So
Yep.
Israel is the people, and the people are one.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And numbers don't conjugate, of course. So achad, shtayim, shalosh, arba, they remain the same. Okay. 11, achadesre, mispar achadesre. Tamal?
Hem ha'avot umi ha'imahot. They
Yes.
are the fathers, and who are the mothers?
Yes. Umi ha'imahot. Exactly. All right. Do we feel ready to move forward to chapter 4, or do we want to kind of review a little bit more?
Let's go for 4. It's difficult, so I think we'll need more practice on that.
Okay. All right. Page 23. pronouns. We're gonna just read the vocabulary list. Tamar, if you would like to read the 9 vocabulary words and just give us what they mean.
Are you on page 4?
I'm sorry, page
23.
23.
Beginning of chapter 4.
Correct, yeah.
Chapter
Am I just
4.
reading those 9 words there? Because it tells you
Just-
to,
Yeah, I'm just gonna have you, well, you know what? Actually, we'll just have you
I mean,
take,
I
everybody take 2 at a time, and you can say if, what does it mean in English and what is it singular form? I guess that's probably a better review. So let's just do it the way it actually says. And I guess let's just do 1 word at a time. Sorry, I was moving a little quickly. All right, Tamar, if we could start with you. And in Hebrew, again, we start, you know, from the other side. So we're gonna start with the word avot. All right.
so avot is fathers. Av is the singular and it's masculine.
It's masculine, correct. All right, Ed.
Imahot is mothers, it's feminine, and the singular is aim.
Yes. Did somebody join from the synagogue yet? Let's see.
I can't see anybody.
I don't see anybody. Okay, so, all right, Barb, back to you.
Okay. Amin, the peoples or the nations. And it would be is the singular, and it is masculine.
Yes. Alan?
Okay, Imahot. Oh, wait, did we?
Wait, we did that one. Sorry.
We're
think-
Are we going across or down?
I think
we
people,
went down, didn't we?
well, some people went across and some
Oh.
people went down.
I
Why
I
don't,
went
why don't,
across.
yeah, why
How
don't we go
about
to
I'll
the
do the
word?
one right in the middle, and then someone could do the one at the bottom left, and then we can go
Perfect.
tic
It's like
tac toe.
tic-tac-toe. It's like
Right.
tic-tac-toe. Let's do it. All right,
Which one do you want me to do, Courtney?
let's go. Boom, right in the middle, right in the middle.
Okay. Melachim. Singular is melech, and it is masculine.
Mm-hmm. And what does it mean?
Oh, king or kings.
Yes, yes. All right, and let's go across. So the next word, Morris, would be-
Devarim,
yes, Devarim.
okay, it means words. It's feminine, and Devar is singular.
Yes, it's actually masculine, singular,
Masculine.
Deval,
Okay.
Deval. Words or things, and it is a masculine term. All right, we did amim. So for the next, I think we're at Brenda. The next word is the middle column, last word.
Ele. Ele or Shabbatot? Shabbat.
You know what? We can go with ele.
I'll
That's
catch
fine.
the next one.
Ele. So the third column, last word. Sorry if we're all.
I don't know which way my tic-tac-toe is going. So ele.
Okay. Okay.
And it's singular, it's ele, it's plural, it's ele. Yeah, these. Oh, is it masculine or feminine? Ele, I believe, is feminine.
It's actually neither. It's a neutral term. These.
Oh,
It
okay, because
stays.
doesn't-
Yeah, it doesn't. It stays. It's a neutral term. Ele, like ani, or for I, or me for who. Ele stays neutral, so it's just a gender neutral term. And then the word to the right of it in the middle column. Tomorrow I'll have you take that word. I think if we're
Brachot.
all. Yes. Brachot.
Brachot is a blessings. Bracha is the singular and it is feminine.
Yes.
Courtney,
All right.
Courtney,
yes.
going back to Ele, wouldn't the singular be zet or zot?
True. I guess I was just thinking about the word itself, they doesn't become singular. But
Got
yes, I guess if you were going to change the conjugation, it would be for this, it would be ze, masculine, or zot, feminine, or zo, which is also feminine. And in biblical Hebrew, they might say zoem or zotem or zo bracha or zot bracha. Either would be this. Yes. All right. I think we're kind of solid on this. It's the rest, the read and translate is kind of a review. Maybe we want to move to the vocabulary, the new vocabulary on page 24. It's not 100% new. I think we actually are familiar with many of the words, but I think it'll help us move forward into chapter 4, and we'll continue the review within the chapter. Does that sound okay?
Yes.
So, Ed, I think it's your turn. We are on the top of page 24, Esrim va'arba, ba'amud, on page Esrim va'arba, 24, at the top, or me ha'hatchala, from the beginning, me ha'hatchala. The first word in otzer milim, the word vocabulary is otzer milim in Hebrew. So vocabulary, new vocabulary, otzer milim chadashim. All right, Ed, the first word
is emet, which is truth.
Truth. Yes. Barb, back to you.
Yeah, so anachnu or anu, and they both mean we, and they're masculine and feminine.
Yes.
And is there any rule? Because I don't know that there is any rule. Are they simply interchangeable?
They're simply interchangeable. In spoken Hebrew, no one really says anu. It's anachnu. So anu would be more literary and and also more formal or biblical.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. And I'm right off the top of my head, I'm trying to think of a prayer where it just says, where we say anu. But again, it would be much more, you would much more likely see that in writing or in biblical Hebrew. Yeah. Okay, Alan.
Atem, you, masculine plural.
Yes. Morris.
Attain also means you, but it's feminine plural.
Yes. Brenda.
Ben or banim, and that is masculine for son.
Son, singular masculine, ben, or banim is the plural, sons. All right, Tamar.
Bat and banot, daughter and daughters, feminine.
Yes, and note that in bat, it actually changes to banot. The taf becomes a nun. It just does. Bat, banot. Daughter, daughters, or girls. Okay, and the
I
last
got
one.
a quick question.
Yeah.
So how come Bain is son as opposed to like bar mitzvah? Clearly bat is bat mitzvah, so that one's easy to remember, but it's harder for me to remember Bain and bar mitzvah.
You know how, well, yes, I remember it because with, sorry, I just lost you all for a second. You know, when we introduce somebody for like a davar or for to do a blessing, we'd say, Barbara, but, you know, whoever your parents, but you'd say Ed, Ben, you know, the son of, I'd say Courtenay, Bat, you know, Chana, the Daniel, and you know, so bar is just, yeah, I can't really, but if you think of it, b'nai mitzvah, you'd say b'nai mitzvah for, yeah, for the plural. I'm not quite sure why they use bar. I
Okay,
can look it up for you.
okay. I don't know the
Yeah.
answer.
Banim, just so you know, could also mean children. Because, you know, if, so sometimes it says son, but sometimes if people said banim, it could mean children. I know that's not a very,
There's also B'nai, like, rather than Banim, I've heard for sons or children. Like
yes,
B'nai Israel, the children of Israel.
yes, B'nai Israel, the children of Israel. So that's, you know, so that's why banim can mean sons and daughters. So here, Barb, here's an answer to your question. Bar is a Jewish Babylonian Aramaic word meaning son. Ben is a Hebrew term, while bat is a Hebrew term. And mitzvah means commandment or law, mitzvot. It even means, Barb, just so you know, as an attorney, we would work with the mitzvot, the laws.
Okay.
Bar mitzvah translates, so it's using Aramaic and Hebrew, one who is subject to the law.
Got it. Cool.
Okay,
Thank you.
so it's an Aramaic term.
Okay.
All right. No, but that's a good question. And actually, I didn't know. So, all right. Any other questions about the
No, I think we
vocabulary?
left off with the last one. I think
Yes.
Tamar was going to do the last one.
Tamar.
I just did, but I think it's Ed's turn for
Oh,
Shalom.
okay.
Oh, Ed. So
Shalom. Yeah, shalom,
yes,
which is masculine, means peace.
yes,
And
yes.
I don't know if there is a plural for it. I've never seen a plural for it.
It's one of those words that is in essence plural. You know what I mean? So shalom is, yeah, there is no plural for it. It's so the plural form of each word, as we noted, was listed after the singular form. If no plural form is listed, it means no such form exists or is very rarely used. And as somebody pointed out, it was either Ed or Morris, the plural form banim can be translated as son or children, like B'nai Yisrael, B'nai Mitzvah. So yeah, so that's why if there's one male in the group, everything switches to the genderized of masculine.
And the word peace, you can use it like a name. It's like Shlomo or Shulamit. There's a lot of names that use peace as a basis.
Yes. Absolutely. It's also used as hello or goodbye, as I don't know if anybody noted that as well. Although really in spoken Hebrew, no one really says shalom for hello or goodbye. It's a pretty formal greeting. Okay. The Hebrew words he, meaning she in English, who, meaning he, at, feminine singular you, ata, masculine singular you, and ani are all singular pronouns. They each have a corresponding plural form. Below is the chart showing all the singular and plural subject pronouns. I think, Barb, back to you. If you want to read and translate, and this would be reading horizontally. Is that correct? Yes. From the singular to the plural.
Right. So ani is I, and the plural is we, which is, you said, is either anachnu or anu.
Yes. Alan?
Ata is the masculine you, and the plural is atem.
Yes. Morris?
At is the female you. Atem is a female plural.
Yes. Barb, back to you. Oh no, Brenda, I'm sorry.
He is who in the singular form, and him is they in the masculine plural form.
Yes.
He
Tamal?
is she, and hen is they feminine.
Yes. All right. The top of page 25, Esrim v'chamesh, two forms of we. We briefly spoke about this. The two Hebrew words anu and anachnu both mean we. They can be used interchangeably, just like ani. They are used for both males and females. Anachnu, I'll do the first one. Habanot, we are the daughters. Ed, do you want to take the next one?
Anachnu Abraham v'Moshe. We are Abraham and Moses.
And just a small point, when the vav is in front of the mem, it takes the soft sound. Anachnu Avraham
It's a
u'Moshe.
Moshe.
U'Moshe, yes.
Moshe.
Barb?
Ani, Sarah, Valea. No, it's Anu. Anu. Anu.
Yes,
Right. So we are Sarah and Leah.
yes. Alan?
Anu Hamlachim, we are the kings.
Yes. Any questions based on that? Okay. So moving forward, the plural for you, the plural form aten is used when addressing two or more females. Like the word hen, it is used only when everyone referred to as female. Again, one drop of male and it becomes masculine. So aten, habanot, you are the daughters. Aten, imachot, you are the mothers. The plural form atem is used when addressing two or more males, or when the group referred to contains both males and females. So you are the fathers is atem ha'avot. Okay. If you were saying you are the children, atem hayeladim, you are the children, because it's a mixed gender group. So like the plural form hem, again, the plural form atem is used when the group referred to contains both males and females. So now we're towards the bottom of the page, and I think we are on, Barbara, are we on you? To read the one of the last two Hebrew sentences.
Okay. Atem, Sarah, Moshe, you are Sarah and Moses.
Yes. You are Sarah and Moses.
Atem
right.
ha'avot ve'habanot, you are the fathers and the daughters.
Yes. Masculine plural forms are always used in Hebrew when referring to groups that contain males and females. Okay. Page 26, Esrim v'shesh, the extra pronouns. Okay. We had said, as a general rule, there is no present tense linking verb in Hebrew. And now, of course, we hit an exception. In short noun sentences, is everyone with me on the top of page 26? The words who, he, him, and hen often appear with the two nouns or group of nouns. These extra pronouns need not be translated, but in fact, they are translated. So now this is a very formal way of writing. Nobody speaks this way. And it is usually informal writing or biblical Hebrew. For example, the first sentence, the father is the king. Ha'av hu hamelech. Ha'av, so literally, the father, who, he, meaning he, is assumed hamelech, the king. So, again, a very formal way of speaking. The father, he is the king. Or again, the father is the king. So the extra pronoun isn't translated. Does everybody kind of see the idea behind the rule, even if it's not fully grasped yet? So the pronoun that
Is it,
oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, no, I was just gonna ask, is this more like it's used for emphasis?
Yes. And for it's flowery. It's like
Okay.
flower literary language. Yeah. Ha'av hu hamelech. Yes, the father, he is the king. But it's really the father is the king. And in spoken Hebrew, it would just be, or in modern contemporary writing, ha'av hamelech. The father is the king. Sarah, he ha'em. Sarah, he ha'em. Sarah, she is ha'em. Sarah is the mother. And the pronoun that is used conjugates to or refers back to the subject noun. Does everyone see that? So ha'av is singular masculine. So who is singular masculine. Sarah is singular feminine. He, the pronoun he, meaning she, is singular feminine. The last one, the kings are the fathers. Hamlachim hem ha'avot. The kings, they, and then the assumed or implied word are, linking verb, ha'avot, the fathers. Hem refers to hamlachim, the kings. These extra pronouns can appear in noun sentences with any noun. Who and hem, again, are used with masculine nouns. He and hen are used with feminine nouns. I think, Ed, are we on you? I'm sorry, I don't know who I left off with.
I think we skipped Brenda. Did we skip Brenda?
Did I skip you, Brenda? Do you want to start with?
I'm happy to start. I have no idea, so.
Okay, let's start with Brenda. Good starting.
Israel, who, Israel is a nation.
Yisrael, who, Israel is a nation. Yes.
HaTorah he emet. The Torah is truth.
Yes.
Ela, Ein, Advarim, these are the words, and I guess Dvarim, even though it's with im on the end, it's a female noun.
No, it's a masculine noun, and him,
Oh, him, so it's him. Oh, it's-
him is masculine.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, and as a general rule, when you're making nouns plural, when you add a mem sophite or a final mem on the end, it's usually going to be a masculine. So
Right.
when you add yud mem to, it's the usual ending for masculine plural. So when you see hem or atem, you can, that was kind of always just a clue to me, like, oh, it's going to be masculine because it ends in a mem sophite or final mem. If it ends in a nun sophite or final nun, it's going to be hen or it's going to end up being feminine. But that was just a little clue for me. Sometimes the word who is used after the pronoun atah in short noun sentences, again, for emphasis or, to make something flowery. This who also does not need to be translated. And I will just read, you are the king. Atah hu hamelech. Yeah, again, as someone said, emphasis, you are the king. Atah hu hamelech. You are the father. Atah hu ha'av. You are the father. In Hebrew, feminine plural nouns like aten and hen are very rare and do not appear at all in the prayer book. So they're talking about biblical Hebrew because they're actually rather common plural nouns in modern spoken Hebrew. But in prayer book Hebrew, they are very rare. But in this book, they will introduce these forms so you can see the complete structure of the language. And also, I would note, have a better understanding of the modern contemporary language. Okay. Does everybody understand why even in the short noun sentence, it kind of worked like the previous sentences where, except in this one, they have two pronouns together, atahu hamelech, atahu ha'av. And you could have done the same thing in the feminine form. Does everyone understand that, or do we want to go over that?
This
Yeah.
is something though you wouldn't see in modern spoken Hebrew very often.
Not
Is
at
that
all.
correct?
It would be very awkward. I've never heard anybody speak that way. Even, you know, and this is not, and I myself am an older person. I have my AARP card. Nobody my age or up speaks this way either. So it's never really been a way that anybody ever spoke.
But it's in the prayer book, because it's like, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Eloheinu.
Atahu. Yep, absolutely. It is absolutely prayer book, biblical Hebrew.
Okay.
And, you know, if you're reading like Amos Oz or somebody in translation, or, you know, a book like The Red Tent, where people were, you know, speaking back in the old days, you know what I mean? Or translating from something, you might see it written or might see somebody speak that way, but it would be very archaic. But definitely something you would need to know and recognize. Otherwise you'd be like, why are they saying you, he, our God? You know what I mean? Otherwise it wouldn't make any sense that what they're actually saying is you are our God. You know, atahu, because right in prayer book Hebrew, atah, you know, we talk about Lord, King, or God as a masculine. Traditionally, I won't give my feminine take because I used to say he, you know, Eloheinu, but you know, then I'd be singing by myself, or with my feminist group. That was back in college. Anyway, but yes, it's Ata is the masculine. So it's always going to be Atahu. You know, you are our king, you are our ruler, you are our, you know, so forth. Okay. Translate the following noun sentences into English. Mispar achad, number 1. Ed, did we leave off on you? I can't keep track of these things. I'm sorry.
I'll do the first one.
Okay.
Ani ha'av, I am the father.
Yes. Shtaim. Ed, or I think we go now
Goes to me.
to Barb.
Anachnu ha'avot, we are the fathers.
Yes.
Alan?
Alan? Oh, sorry. Alan, number 3.
Oh,
Mispar
sorry. Ata Melech, you are king.
Yes. Morris?
Atem Melachim. They are the kings. They are
So
kings.
M,
They are kings.
you, plural, are kings.
You plural, okay. Okay.
Yes.
Got
So
it.
you can see the root is Aleph Taf, like at or ata.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you might think, oh, atem, the plural of you, atem melachim. You are kings.
Kings. Thank you.
Brenda?
At ha'em, you are the mother.
Yes. Tamar?
Aten habanot, you are the daughters.
Yes. Ed?
Ubain, he is the son. He is a son.
He is a son. Yes. Barb?
Cain, Abraham, Umoshe. They are Abraham and Moses.
Yes. Alan? Number 9. Mispal Tesha.
He bought. She is a daughter.
Yes.
Ein Leah Vesara. They are Leah and Sarah.
Yes. Brenda?
זה האב ואלה הבנות. They are the father.
Ze is singular.
This,
This?
this is the father, and these are the children or the sons.
Yes. Well, this is the father. The ele, these are habanot, the girls or the daughters. Mhm.
Ele habanim, these are the sons or the children.
Yes. Let's see who are we on.
Ed.
Ed,
Ed,
Me, Moshe v'hamelech ein avot. The Moses and the king are father. They are, well, we don't translate that they are fathers.
Yes, very good. You got the first curveball. Moshe, the Hamelech, hem avot. Moses, a lot of complications in there. You had Moses, the Hamelech, and the king. And then again, you were correct. It technically says they, but it doesn't, we don't translate that word. They are fathers, avot. All right, Barb?
Torah, he emet. The Torah is truth.
Yes.
Alan,
Me? Okay.
Yeah, Alan.
Who Ben? He is a son.
Yes. I'm gonna have you take number 15 though. Mispa Achad.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Yisrael, he haaretz.
Yes,
Israel is the land.
yes, yes, yes.
Shalom, hu bracha. The peace and the blessing.
So this is a complicated one. Hashalom, the peace. Hu bracha.
Blessing.
is
So-
a blessing.
The peace is a blessing. So shalom is shalom is a masculine word. So the pronoun in the middle is referring to the subject. So hashalom hu, the peace is bracha, a blessing. So the who is not translated, and it's complicated because shalom is a masculine word, but bracha is a feminine word. But they're not using it as a descriptive word to the shalom. They're using it as a separate noun. So the peace is a blessing. Does everyone see that? But the who, it's a short noun sentence with the pronoun who referring to the subject, hashalom, is a blessing. Do we see that? Any questions about that? Okay. In exercise 2, change the singular forms to plural and translate. The example, ata melech, you, singular masculine, are a king. Atem, you, feminine you, masculine plural, mlachim, are kings. So mispar achad, Morris, I'm sorry, I'm picking on you. I don't remember where we sent it off, but number one,
Who av,
yes,
so he is father.
he is the father, yes,
And so I need to make it in a plural, right? So,
Yes.
So it would be atem ha'avot.
So what I would do here, hu av, he is a father. So the plural of he in English is they, right? So so I would change that to ele
Ele. Okay.
or I'm sorry, it's pronouns. I would change it to him, they, right? Because who is singular masculine
Mhm.
and him is plural masculine. So I would make who, him, hey, and the feet. And then av, they were not using specific, they weren't saying the father, they were just saying a father. So I would change this from who to the plural him and av to the plural avot. So from who av,
Ha'avot.
he is a father, to him avot. They are fathers.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Mispal Stein, Brenda.
Ani ben, which means I am a son, would change to the plural of anachnu ben banim.
Yes. Anachnu banim or anu banim, right? Anachnu or anu. Very good. Mispal Shalosh.
He ha'em, she is the mother. It would be hein ha'imahot.
Yes. Hen ha'imahot. Because this specifically said ha'em, she is the mother. They are the mothers. Mispar arba. And I think it's, let's see here. Ed, yeah.
Ed.
And me, okay. Ze hadavar, this is the word, would be Ela hadavarim, these are the words.
Yes. Bar Chamesh.
Zot ha'aretz would be ele ha'aratzot.
Yes. And how does that translate?
These, or this is the land, these are the lands.
Yes. Mispal Shesh. 6.
Me?
Alan?
Yeah, Alan.
Okay. Ata melech, the ata av. Atem melachim, the atem avot. You are the king and you are a father. You are kings and you are fathers.
Yes. And you used a tem for both of them, right? With the mem on the end. Sorry, I just want to make
Correct.
sure. Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, so I heard you
King.
correctly. Very good.
So Courtney, I just want to check before we go. I don't think we meet again until the 29th.
That is what it says. I know we have a makeup session, so it's really, oh, you know why? It's probably because the rabbi has a session. I don't want to cut into.
Right, next week is the annual meeting, and the week after that is a rabbi class, but maybe you could switch with him.
Switch with rabbi.
Yeah, but that's up to you.
Yeah, well, yeah, not just me. I'll ask the rabbi, and everyone in his class just in case. Or are you all signed up? Is it basically the same group? Is it you? Yeah.
Well, I think most of us are signed up for the rabbi's class as well.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me touch base with him. And, like I said, at some point we had kind of informally agreed to add a class at the end, but we can stick it in the middle or a different day of the week, particularly if we're going to be over Zoom. And I don't know, are you all comfortable meeting over Zoom? I was kind of following the rule of the synagogue kind of provided until maybe we get past the Omicron peak. I will, we can reevaluate whether or not we're going to meet in person on the 29th. How does that sound to everybody?
It's the 30th though, I think, right?
Good.
Sunday.
Oh, is it the 30th? Okay, sorry. Yeah, I don't have the calendar in front of me.
And
So
if we were gonna do a weekday, the only thing I would say was it would have to be an evening for me. So maybe like a 7 o'clock.
yeah, it would need to be it would need to be evening for me too. Work doesn't stop, does it, Barb?
No,
Probably you. And for me, crime is up. Okay. I'm trying to think. I just think that really quickly, from the Aleinu we saw, and maybe what we can do is if everybody can read through for homework, chapter 4. Okay, so read through it, work on it. As somebody told us, the answers are in the back, which I hadn't even realized. So you can check your work. And then I'm trying to think, that might just be good, unless you want to just start looking at the vocabulary for chapter 5 so that we can move forward a little more quickly, because as Tamar has noted, and I will note myself, the rules pretty quickly become a little more complex. So if we have the vocabulary in place, that'll help us kind of go over the more formal rules. So how does that sound? Review chapter 4 and maybe just kind of take a glance at the vocabulary list for chapter 5.
that's good.
Does that sound okay?
Yes.
And if you want to do more than that, if you also want to look at chapter 5, which starts to go into adjectives, which is really, adjectives are not that complicated. Just like, so adjectives just follow the noun. They come after, as opposed to in English where you say the good father, you say the father, the good in Hebrew. Okay.
And they're singular or plural and masculine or feminine.
And absolutely, they conjugate to the
Okay.
noun that they describe. They conjugate to the noun that they describe, like in a Romance language, or at least the Romance language I studied. It's similar in that the adjective conjugates to the noun. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay.
Courtney,
So,
Courtney?
well, I guess, yes,
I'm sorry, just changing the subject slightly.
of course.
Earlier on, you said that shalom is not used colloquially for hello and goodbye.
Yeah.
What is? I mean, I've heard people say yalla bye for goodbye,
Yeah.
but what would be colloquially, whatever the word is,
Yeah.
used?
Colloquially.
Yeah, thank
Hey,
you.
y'all. Is there a hey,
So-
y'all?
Hey, y'all. So yeah, actually, so my son is in Israel now, doing a gap year, and he's living and working, like doing like a machina. And so I talked to him, he's on an Israeli program though. So they say, hi, allo, hi, allo, hey, literally like, and also like adults as well. So hi would be hey, yud, hi, hello. Hey, lamed yud, or hey, sorry, hey, lamed, hey, hello. No one says shalom. No one even says ma shlomcha or ma shmeich, like what is your name? Or they say how you doing, Manyanim, Makoy, what's happening, what's going on. And that includes people of every generation, not just the young people. So hi, hello. Let's see. Manyanim, how are you? Or what's happening? Or how, literally, what are the things in Yan Manyanim?
Goodbye.
Sorry?
How do you say goodbye?
So most people say litrot, which is like a bientôt in French. Or, so it's not exactly, what?
See you later.
It's more like see you later, like, or literally bye, bet, yud, bye, with kind of a little bit like,
That's funny.
as we said, the bye, that's actually how most people say it, or litrot, or lehit, or just like the short, or, yeah, most people just say bye. It's like, bye, okay, bye.
Okay.
So,
Goodbye.
Thank you,
What?
Courtney.
oh, you're welcome.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
I know we've gone over. So for now, the 30th, if somebody wants to meet in the middle of the week, let me know. And if anybody wants to do an informal, Liz Yuri is thinking about doing like informal modern spoken Hebrew hour where people just get together and talk a little bit. If anyone's interested in that, let the synagogue know too. Okay.